Hey friends, welcome to Empower You Podcast, a show for teens and anyone else that wants helpful tips on how to add power to their lives, shoot for the stars, and be happy where they are at. I am your host, Danelle Wasden. I spend my days hanging out with my kids, husband, and the coolest high schoolers around. Today's episode is called Don't Give Them Your Power. All right, today I want to, it's going to be a quick one, but it's so powerful. It's something that's changed my life. It's a concept that I think my dad taught me pretty well, but I didn't realize the power that I had in it until just recently, a few years ago. But I want you to think about all the things and the people that are in your life that you have absolutely no control over. So there's people, the weather, job openings, pandemics, school teachers, students, friends, illnesses, injuries, the sun rising, the sun setting, which way the wind blows, what mom's going to make for just supper, if dad's going to come to my last basketball game, if my parents are going to get a divorce, if they're going to stay together, whose house I am going to on the weekend because my parents are separated. All of these things we usually don't have control over, okay? I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of started out with like the big overall arching thought of people. And so right here, I just want to tell you right now, you have control over no one besides yourself. We cannot control other people. I still try to do it once in a while. Sometimes, I especially think I can control my children, but guess what? They're human beings and I can't even control them. Not even my 3-year-old. But we try to control people and we can't. But then I moved down the list to like specific people, because I want you to think of like a specific person in your life that you would like to control. Like if there's just one person, it's like, if I could control them, I would feel so much better, right? They would just see things the way I see it. What are they thinking? Okay. But I want to tell you something that's so freeing. You're not the victim to any of these people, things, or events. You're not victim to the pandemic. You're not victim to illness. You're not victim to injury. You're not victim to your mom, your dad, your friend that wants you to do things you don't want to do. You're not a victim to any of them. Yes, people might say stuff, and yes, sickness and injury might happen. But in the end, you get to choose how you look at those things and how you look at that person. And if you want to let those people and those circumstances control you in the future. Okay? We can't change the past, but we do have an effect on the future. So, I'm wondering if you want to give your power to that person when we're like, it's all his fault. It's his fault that my life is this way. It's his fault that I'm in trouble. It's his fault. How much power do you have when you give all of your control to another person? So let me tell you an example. I'm trying to think if I've told this before, but I have a student that has a dislike for another teacher, and he comes in and he says, this teacher is going to make me fail this class. And I said to him, really? Well, why is that? Well, because I'm not going to do his assignment because it's such a stupid assignment. And so, I mean, really, where does the power lie? It lies with the student, right? And sometimes I come home and I go, oh, my students at school made me so mad today. Do they have that much power? Why would I give my high school students power over me? Sometimes I even let my 3-year-old have that much power over me. Who lets a 3-year-old have that much power over him? If he cries one more time, I'm going to be so mad. Yeah, they're just want my power. So just really quick, I want you to think about how you can keep your own power. I can choose to be angry at my 3-year-old. I can choose to not be happy about my students at school if they didn't behave how I expected them to. But I'm not going to give the power to them. I can just decide that, yeah, I chose to be angry or I chose to be happy. The nice thing is we can choose happiness and we can choose sadness. So the power lies within you. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you created your day. Things maybe were out of your control that happened, but you chose how you thought about them and how you felt about them. And the more you realize that you can control what's going on in your life, the further you're going to get and the more power and the more freeing you're going to feel. So choose freedom today and know that you're in control over all of it. How you see life is up to you, and what you do with your life is up to you. So go take charge. You're amazing. Talk to you next week.